The seventh instruction is to reason in a logical, lawyer-like manner from a premise to a sound conclusion. I'm going to give you a kind of a different take on this, but it's sort of my the things that annoy me the most about people's answers. And one is they invent facts. Okay, they have been told that they should organize their answers. P would argue, D would argue, and they throw that down on the paper and they go, gee, I can't think of anything P would argue. There are no facts that P would argue, so I'll just make up a lie. I'll just say, you know, P knew that believed that was his own property. Well, it never says that in the essay. They're just making that up. They feel pressured to make up something because they've already stated P would argue. So P would argue, D would argue is not really what the organization should be. A logical lawyer-like movement from a premise to a conclusion is more what a judge does. Okay, if these three elements are met, then the issue is established. Do we have element one? What are the facts? Etc. So don't get out of the habit of using P would argue, D would argue, and instead state the issue, state the full rule with all its test elements, and then go through the facts to determine if each of the elements is met. That is a logical lawyer-like manner. Don't assert your conclusion without proving it. That's called being conclusory. This is a big problem for attorney bar applicants who go right for the jugular. Okay, you have to prove it, even on the elements that are easily met, like for example breaking for burglary. Even though it's easily met, it's still an element that needs to be proved, and so walk the walk. Go through each element step by step and prove each element. Save your time, though, for the element that's in dispute, and spend your most time reasoning on that. The last big bugaboo that I have is don't throw all the facts that go to an issue that has 3 or 4 test elements into one big paragraph. That's like creating a pile of pickup sticks and saying to the grader, you know, you sort it out. Yeah, all the facts are in there. Okay, that's just, it's like wearing a muumuu. Okay, you don't wear a muumuu if you look like Jane Fonda. Okay. I hope you know who Jane Fonda is. Beyonce, how's that? You wear a muumuu to obscure. So if you're throwing all the facts in one big pile, you're not demonstrating this fact is proved by this test element is proved by this fact, this test element is proved by this fact, and going through it in a linear, one step at a time manner. Okay, so you don't get as many points when you just throw all the facts in one big pile. It's lazy and it's not very good reasoning.